Welcome back to the B&B Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about a shocking series of events that leaves Electra caught in a life-or-death situation. In recent storylines, Electra has grown suspicious of Remy, and after making a horrifying discovery, she realizes he is far more dangerous than she ever imagined. The shocking truth dawns on her the moment she steps into Remy's room and sees undeniable evidence of his twisted obsession, mementos, photographs, and indications that Remy has been fixating on her in secret. Panicked and desperate to escape his clutches, Electra races away, heading into the underground parking garage where she hopes she can evade him just long enough to call for help. Remy, however, knows that if Electra reveals his obsessive behavior to the authorities, his life will be ruined. Fearing that exposure, he pursues her with terrifying determination. The dimly lit garage becomes the stage for a cat-and-mouse chase, the echo of footsteps reverberating off concrete walls as Electra struggles to remain hidden behind parked cars and pillars. Her heart pounds with fear, and every passing second feels like an eternity. She knows that if Remy finds her, he will stop at nothing to ensure she never gets the chance to speak to the police. It doesn't take long for Remy to pinpoint her location. With a mixture of brute force and cunning, he traps her in a corner, blocking any possible escape route. Despite her frantic attempts to slip past him, he grabs hold of her and begins to beat her mercilessly. Electra's screams for help echo through the garage, but there is nobody nearby who can intervene. Every blow Remy lands seems to weaken her more, and with each passing moment, her chances of escaping slip away. She feels her strength fading, and in the back of her mind, she fears that these might be her final moments. Yet, even in the face of such brutality, Electra's survival instincts kick in. Desperation fueling her last ounce of energy, she scrambles her hand across the cold floor in search of anything at all, that might help her fight back. Her fingers collide with a piece of metal, the jagged end of a stray rod that must have been left behind by a mechanic or janitor. Gripping it as tightly as she can, Electra summons what strength she has left and swings the rod in a wide, desperate arc. It collides with Remy's head in a sickening thud, and in that split second, the trajectory of both their lives changes forever. Remy staggers, then collapses to the ground. The force of the impact proves fatal. One moment, he is a looming threat intent on ending Electra's life, the next, he is motionless, the final breath gone from his body. Electra, bloodied and exhausted, stares at the man she has just killed. A swirl of emotions floods her mind, relief at still being alive, horror at what she has done, and the immediate realization that nothing in her life will ever be the same. For a long, disoriented moment, she cannot think or move, overwhelmed by the fact that she has taken another human being's life, even if it was in self-defense. That is when Will arrives, his timing both too late and yet somehow crucial. He has been searching frantically for Electra, spurred by the fear that Remy might do something unthinkable if not stopped in time. When Will sees Remy's lifeless form and the injuries Electra has sustained, he understands at once that the worst has happened. Electra, trembling and on the verge of collapse, has just fought for her life and succeeded, but at a devastating cost. The shock in Will's eyes mirrors Electra's own disbelief. He kneels beside her, trying to check if she needs immediate medical attention. Anguish and guilt flood through him as he realizes he came too late to prevent the violence that has occurred. Yet there is no time for lengthy introspection. The body of Remy lies at their feet, and they both grasp the severity of the situation. If the authorities arrive and see that Electra killed Remy, there will be consequences, no matter how justified she was in defending herself. Faced with this grim reality, Will makes a desperate offer. He insists that Electra leave, believing that he can claim responsibility for the killing. His rationale is heartbreakingly simple. Will's father, Bill, is a billionaire with considerable influence, and Will is convinced Bill can either minimize the legal repercussions or make them disappear altogether. If Will takes the blame, he reasons, Electra might escape the scrutinizing eye of the law and avoid prosecution for homicide. Electra, despite her obvious trauma and exhaustion, cannot stomach this idea. As far as she is concerned, she is the one who swung the rod, and she alone is responsible for ending Remy's life. Allowing Will to shoulder the blame would be a lie, and one that would weigh heavily on both of them. Even if Will's connections could reduce or eliminate any punishment, Electra believes it is morally wrong to let an innocent man suffer on her behalf. Moreover, she fears that such a lie could bring unforeseen consequences. No one can say for sure how far the investigation might go or what evidence might eventually come to light, and the deeper the deception, the greater the risk to them both in the future. A tense disagreement erupts between the two. Will argues that the legal system is too unpredictable, that the courts might ignore Electra's claims of self-defense, or that a zealous prosecutor might push for a harsh sentence. He doesn't want to see her imprisoned for acting in what he believes was entirely justifiable fear for her life. Electra, on the other hand, contends that running away from the truth will only compound the tragedy. She cannot bear to see Will take a fall for something he didn't do. Especially when she knows in her heart that her actions, however desperate, were necessary to save her own life. The moral dilemma weighs on them like a physical burden as they stand over Remy's body, the air thick with the echoes of violence and regret. In the days and weeks that follow, the consequences of this deadly altercation promise to test their resolve. Will the two of them concoct a story to protect Electra, or will they choose honesty, even though it could lead to a courtroom battle? Will's loyalty to Electra is unwavering, but so is her desire to face the truth rather than let him become collateral damage in a cover-up. The memory of Remy's last moments lingers in the shadows of the parking garage, reminding them that life can change in an instant, and that every choice they make from here on carries immense weight. Electra and Will find themselves thrust into a world of uncertainty. If they go to the police and report what happened, they will have to trust that the authorities will treat it as self-defense. But nothing is guaranteed, and the threat of a homicide charge hovers in the background. If they let Will claim he was the one who struck the fatal blow, they risk living under the shadow of that lie for the rest of their lives, entangled in a deceit that could rip them apart if uncovered. Beyond that, they must confront the emotional fallout, the sleepless nights, and the burden of knowing that such a violent end came to pass in a place as ordinary as a parking structure. Throughout this ordeal, one hope remains, that the truth, difficult and painful though it may be, might set them on a path to healing. Electra took a life to save her own, and Will's late arrival does not change the fact that her actions were motivated by sheer terror and survival instinct. Remy, by all accounts, posed an immediate and lethal threat, a detail that could work in Electra's favor if she and Will navigate the aftermath carefully and honestly. However, the question remains whether either of them can cope with the potential consequences of telling the whole truth, or if love and loyalty will lead them down a path of secrecy and sacrifice. As the story unfolds, viewers will watch Electra grapple with guilt, shame, and fear, while Will struggles to protect her at all costs, even if it means compromising his own freedom. Their decision, whatever it ends up being, will affect not only their futures but also Bill, who might have to step in and use his considerable resources if Will follows through on his dangerous plan. The tension runs high, and the stakes could not be greater, ensuring that this tragic event will have lasting repercussions on everyone involved. Stay tuned to the B&B Spoilers channel to see how Electra and Will resolve this moral quandary and what final choice they make in the face of potential arrest and imprisonment. Will they choose truth, exposing Electra to the risk of a homicide charge in exchange for a clear conscience? Or will Will's determination to protect Electra, backed by his father's wealth, convince her that a cover-up is their only option? Next, we're delving into the high-stakes drama at Forrester Creations, where leadership mistakes, personal biases, and technological deception have collided to create chaos. Join us as we unpack Hope and Carter's tumultuous first days as executives, Electra's resilience, and the fallout from a deepfake scandal that has shaken the company to its core. Let's dive in. Electra's future at Forrester, can trust be restored? Electra Forrester's future at Forrester Creations hangs in the balance following the deepfake scandal that nearly destroyed her reputation. Although Hope and Carter have vowed to make amends, the question remains, can they truly restore trust with Electra after such a public and humiliating betrayal? Electra's firing wasn't just a professional setback, it was a deeply personal blow. For someone who had worked tirelessly to establish herself in the competitive world of fashion, being dismissed over fabricated evidence felt like an attack on her very identity. Hope and Carter's inaction during the initial fallout only compounded the damage, leaving Electra to fend for herself in the face of doubt and mistrust. For Electra, rebuilding trust with Forrester Creations will require more than apologies, it will demand concrete actions. A formal acknowledgement of her innocence, coupled with a company-wide commitment to combating technological threats, could be a step in the right direction. Yet, even with these measures, the emotional scars of this experience may take far longer to heal. The role of AI, a silent villain in a noisy world. At the heart of this scandal lies a chilling antagonist, artificial intelligence. The use of deepfake technology to frame Electra Forrester has not only upended her life, but also exposed the vulnerabilities of even the most reputable organizations. In an era where digital manipulation can make lies appear as truth, the consequences of such technology are both far-reaching and deeply unsettling. For Katie Logan, who initially believed the fabricated images, the experience has been a harsh lesson in the dangers of accepting visual evidence at face value. Her comment, "It's not like I don't know about AI-generated images, but I believed what I saw," highlights how easily even informed individuals can be deceived. This acknowledgement underscores a critical issue, the psychological power of visuals in shaping perceptions and decisions. The Forrester Creations scandal serves as a broader commentary on the ethical challenges posed by AI. It's a wake-up call for organizations to adopt proactive measures to combat digital threats and educate their teams about the risks of emerging technologies. By incorporating this theme into its storyline, The Bold and the Beautiful reflects real-world concerns while maintaining its signature flair for drama. Hope and Carter's leadership, a crash course in what not to do. Hope Logan and Carter Walton's first days as executives at Forrester Creations have been anything but smooth. Their mishandling of Electra's firing has exposed significant gaps in their leadership abilities, leaving many questioning whether they are truly fit for their roles. From their blind trust in Katie Logan's instincts to their failure to investigate the deepfake photos, Hope and Carter have stumbled at nearly every turn. One of their most glaring mistakes was their reluctance to take initiative during the impromptu meeting where Electra's fate was decided. Rather than question the authenticity of the photos or advocate for a thorough investigation, they passively allowed Katie to dictate the outcome. This lack of critical thinking not only jeopardized Electra's career but also undermined their credibility as leaders. Their inaction extended beyond the initial decision. Even after learning about the deepfake scandal, Hope and Carter failed to take immediate steps to address the situation. Reaching out to Electra, launching an internal investigation, and identifying the source of the fabricated emails could have demonstrated accountability and leadership. Instead, their delayed response has left them scrambling to salvage their reputations. Katie Logan's regret, a lesson in bias and redemption. Katie Logan's role in Electra's firing highlights the dangers of allowing personal biases to influence professional decisions. Her willingness to believe the deepfake photos without fully vetting their authenticity reflects a lapse in judgment that has had far-reaching consequences. By dismissing Electra as not the good girl you think she is, Katie not only perpetuated a false narrative but also undermined her own credibility as a leader. As the truth about the photos begins to surface, Katie's regret is evident. Her acknowledgement that she was deceived by AI-generated images marks the beginning of her journey toward redemption. Yet, Making amends with Electra and rebuilding trust within Forrester Creations will require more than apologies, it will demand meaningful action. Katie's story is a reminder of the importance of empathy and accountability in leadership. By owning up to her mistake and taking steps to prevent similar incidents in the future, she has an opportunity to demonstrate growth and reinforce her commitment to integrity. This arc adds depth to Katie's character, showcasing her ability to learn from her missteps and emerge stronger. Will Spencer, the unsung hero of the deepfake scandal. In the midst of the chaos, Will Spencer has emerged as an unexpected hero. His immediate recognition that the photos were AI-generated highlights his intelligence and attention to detail, qualities that have been instrumental in unraveling the truth. While others doubted Electra's innocence, Will's unwavering belief in her character provided a much-needed counterbalance to the hysteria surrounding the scandal. Will's frustration with the situation is palpable, particularly as he tries to explain the nature of deepfake technology to those who remain skeptical. His calm yet assertive demeanor contrasts sharply with the indecision displayed by Hope and Carter, further emphasizing their shortcomings as leaders. Will's efforts to clear Electra's name not only advance the storyline but also position him as a voice of reason in an otherwise chaotic environment. However, Will's role in the scandal is not without its challenges. His loyalty to Electra puts him at odds with his mother, Katie, creating an emotional conflict that adds depth to the narrative. This dynamic raises compelling questions about the balance between personal relationships and professional integrity, making Will one of the most intriguing characters in this arc. Electra's strength, rising above the scandal. For Electra Forrester, the deepfake scandal represents more than just a professional setback, it's a personal attack that has tested her resilience and resolve. Despite the betrayal and humiliation she has endured, Electra refuses to let this incident define her. Instead, she channels her energy into fighting for justice and reclaiming her place at Forrester Creations. Electra's strength lies in her ability to confront the injustice head-on. Her unwavering determination to clear her name and hold those responsible accountable is a testament to her character. Even as she faces skepticism from her colleagues and the public, Electra's resolve remains unshaken, making her a beacon of hope and resilience. Her journey also serves as a powerful commentary on the human cost of technological abuse. By standing her ground and demanding accountability, Electra embodies the fight for truth in an increasingly digital world. Her story is both inspiring and thought-provoking, reminding viewers of the importance of perseverance in the face of adversity. What's next for Forrester Creations? As the fallout from the deepfake scandal continues to unfold, Forrester Creations faces a critical juncture. The company's response to this incident will not only determine Electra's future but also set a precedent for how it handles similar challenges moving forward. Leadership, accountability, and innovation will be key themes as the story progresses. Hope and Carter's vow to make amends with Electra could mark the beginning of a redemption arc, provided they take the necessary steps to restore trust and demonstrate their commitment to integrity. Katie's journey toward redemption offers another layer of complexity, as she seeks to rebuild her relationships and repair the damage caused by her misstep. Ultimately, the deepfake scandal serves as a cautionary tale about the power of technology and the importance of vigilance in a rapidly changing world. For Forrester Creations, this incident is more than just a plotline, it's a turning point that will shape the company's legacy and the futures of its key players. Thank you for tuning in to B&B Spoilers channel. Stay with us for more updates and in-depth analysis of your favorite characters and storylines. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest twists and turns from the bold and the beautiful. Until next time, keep the drama alive and stay informed about the dangers of the digital age.